Welcome back to the G.W.R Railway. My name's G.W.R. Right, here we go. These are the Airfix Cornish Riviera Limited and Express. I do have the other name boards to put on them for the Express version, which was only I think that was a 4 or 5 coach train that actually followed the main limited one. In case anybody actually, couldn't get on the other one. Then like 2 hours later it ran through or something, I do believe. And as you can see, they're all there. As I said, I have got the replacement boards for some of these. Obviously they're either worn, or this is how I've got them off a sale. So there's a few little bits and bobs missing off here and there, but I think a bit of paint on there, you'll try and disguise some of that. But they are very, very nice coaches, and they really do mix in with the Great Western theme of the layout. As you can see down here, look. Now again, all the coaches, I've been looking at our friends on YouTube, Mr. Triang himself, you know who you are, and watching his videos about having lights in them. So I think I'll be doing that soon. I've got to teach myself electrics first. So I'm not very good at electrics, but I'm getting there. I will learn myself. Once I put my mind to something, I will do it. So it's I will be doing that. So hopefully, after trial and error, these will be fitted with lights and the capacitors and whatever else needs to be done to them. As you can see, there is a good 2 rake cars of these. As I said before, I do have the name boards for the Express. I will be changing probably these ones into the Express and keeping these ones as the Limited down there. So they'll look nice on the layout when they're all done. I will be putting passengers in these. In fact, in all my coaches I will have passengers. I hate to see layouts with no passengers in the coaches. I mean, what's the point of having a train if it's going to be running empty? Seems to me a bit crazy, but you do see them. I know some people have got some very expensive stock, which is fair enough. That's fair play. But with me, I'm going to have coaches which got people in them, and some of the coaches I will actually have interior decor as well. I'm going to try and do the seats as well. So they should look nice when they're all done. They'll be repaired and cleaned up and everything like it. To be a nice rake of coaches. I think the 6 off cost me about £20, which is a damn good price. I mean, I don't know how much coaches are nowadays. I don't buy new. None of these locos or any of this stock on this layout is new. I think the only thing I ever bought new, which was a train set, which was a Christmas present, was that pannier there with the shunter set, which is over on that side over there, and that's the only ones I've actually bought new. Everything else on this layout, all the little cars and all these were off eBay, or the car boot, the furnace end car boot that I go to regular, everything was bought second hand, and the whole layout I think has cost me about £5 grand. That's including stock, the shed, everything. So it's not no Pete Waterman layout, I'll give you credit, but I've actually got over 300 locos and probably about the same amount in stock. For £5 that's not bad going. It's extremely good. I mean, I've got nearly full classes of locos, and some of the locos that it was silly. I mean, they put some of these down for like spares and repairs, and it may have been like a buffer or a coupling missing. The whole loco's fine. Or some of these ones, like this one here, was like a couple of quid, and a bit of TLC on the motor, and she's up and running again. You got a nice little engine. Like this one here, never been run. That has never ever been run. That was as it was in the box from when it was made. It struggled when I tried it. I must admit, it's not been run since it was been boxed up when it was made. And that was pennies. It really was. It was stupidly priced. And you got to think, what are these people on? I'm happy for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm bloody chuffed to bits, But yeah, I mean, some of these locos you can pick up for pennies, and you see these ones for sale now, £200 or £300. I mean, God's sake, talk about driving people away from the hobby. it's no wonder there's no model shops left at them prices. I mean, you know, people can't afford them prices nowadays. I mean, you've got a £300 locomotive, yeah, it may have smoke coming out of it and, you know, have chips and Christ knows what, but, you know, people can't afford them. So I went back when I first started this layout. I had a look round and I found in my attic an old mainline pannier tank, and I thought, well, I looked online and looked at some shops and sales and things like, and they were going for next to nothing. They were cheap as chips. So I thought, oh, sod it, you know, I'll do it that way. I'll get the old mainline, and that's where it all started from. You know, I've done the hobby on the cheap, and I hope I've proved to people that you can have a nice little layout for little money. And you know, yeah, I do see these really impressive layouts, and there is some beautiful ones on YouTube and also in the magazines, and they are worth absolute thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. But I'm just trying to prove in my layout, you don't need to have deep pockets to enjoy this hobby. You know, please look around. You know, get involved. You know, do build your own layout. You can get some really cheap stock. So you know, I'm just trying to prove a point that, you know, you really don't need to have, you know, thousands of pounds worth of engines. You can pick them up for pennies, repair them, and probably enjoy them a bit better, to be honest, if you've done it yourself. Another quick trip through the town here. As I said, like some of the buildings here, they're off another old layout, as you can see with that one over there. I've not started that one yet. That needs to be under the wall at the side of it, and some of the buildings at the back there. Now all the shops at the back, I've done all the interiors myself, all of them. In the laundrette there's actually a little tiny little what's we call it, washing machines. In the undertakers there's actually a coffin in there. There's a coffin in there, and there's other little bits and bobs. I'll just put them in there for a bit of bloody fun, to be quite honest. As I said before, these ones down here, these will be done when I get a chance. Oh, by the way, lads at K-Pet, there's K-Pet. So where I work in engineering place, they wondered where I put the K-Pet thing that I had. I've just put it on there for them, so it is actually there. I'm doing some of the backs of the gardens as well. Little lawnmower there, dustbins around. We have a little market just there by the oldie woldy post office. As I said, there's one or two little bits I need tidying up in here. That's I'm getting round to it as quickly as I can, and when I can get the actual parts, because as I said before, like, yeah, model shops are few and far between nowadays, so it's whenever I can actually get these things, I will get them. But that's the brewery area there. I couldn't really think what to do with the brewery area. Like, it was a bit of a mishmash for a start off. And then I thought, oh, so I'll do it like this, like, you know, a brewery with like a building at the back there, an old engine shed as part of the actual factory. And it went on from there, and it don't look too bad, to be honest. Got a works crew there trying to fix the wall that's come down. Get a bit of a close-up view of that if I can. Now, one or two of these buildings I have left loose, so I can actually put some lights in there at later dates, like this one here at the garage. Just spin the camera out, excuse me. I've left the back off that, so I can actually put some bits and bobs inside that one. The rest of it is actually stuck down. Now the arches there is actually where I live in Warwickshire. I've got something called the Coating Arches, and that's a bit of my little nod to that in the Nuneaton. And as I said, that actual pub over there is a nod to one that's might be knocked down in our town, called the Coach and Horses. We're going to lose it, I think, in a few years' time. Right, I appreciate you watching my video. This is G.W.R saying bye bye for now. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you again with some more engines hopefully next week. Enjoy your weekend. Ta-da for now, and stay safe.